We started her with tap dancing because we figure by the time she grows up, it'll be the 1930s again. And yeah, she'll have this thing she can do that nobody enjoys watching. Do you know who the audience is for tap dancing? The parents of tap dancing students. That's all of it. Because we all have to go to the show at the end of the tap dancing semester. And they have a big theater show, and all the kids get up there. They all tap dance in groups of threes. There's about 6,000 kids. They do about 20 minutes each. So the show's about 7 months long. And everybody dies at the end. But you go because you want to see your kid tap dance. Because that's an amazing thing. Because this was a baby. She was just a baby. She was just like, that's it. And now she's going like this. It's amazing. But you gotta watch all those other kids that you don't love at all. You gotta watch people, grown-ups do it. There's grown-up adult students and they get up there. Get off, nobody's here to see you. Nobody. Your parents are dead, you're 52. Nobody came from work, nobody came from work. I take her every Thursday to tap dancing. And we go up to the school, and she puts on her tap shoes, and she goes in the room. I don't go in there, and she tap dances, and I wait outside. Because it's 40 minutes. It's not enough time to go anywhere. So I just sit there and listen to... And she comes out, I'm tired of this. I don't want to go anymore. Good, don't. I don't want to bring you. Quit. Quit. I don't care. I don't push my kids into this shit. Because you got to do it too. I don't want to do it. Daddy, I'm tired of soccer. Soccer is out of our lives forever. With those words from thine mouth. Soccer is gone. I don't care. Don't go to school. I don't want to get up at 7. Don't do any of this shit, honey. I don't care. I have money. Just eat the food in the house. Stay home and eat. You and your sister don't have kids. I can cover all of us, and then we all die. That's my goal. I want to make enough money that we can just lock the door and eat the food. That's it. Daddy, what are we doing today? Go to the food room and pick something out and go to bed. That's all that's required of you. People overthink this life shit. People get all knotted up. I don't know what to do with my life. Like, I don't know, like, what I should be, or, like, I don't know. It's like, what should I, like, do with my life? Just get food, put it in here. Put food in here. That's it. Put food in here. Walk around and look for food. And anytime you see any food, put it in here. Just take it and put it in here. Later, when you feel pressure, shit out the shit in there. That's it. If anybody tries to stop you from doing either of those, murder them. That's it. Doesn't have to be more complicated. Do it till you're died, till you're dead, till you're dead, died, dead. I don't know how long I'm going to live. I have no idea. You don't really ever get to find out. You never get to go, okay, I'm dead, so 80. You don't ever get to have that thought. This is it. You get to go, this is probably it. That's your last thought. This is probably it right here. Yeah, well, we're all going to die at some point. It's true, man. And you find out at some point, it's an interesting thing about human beings that we live with the knowledge that we're going to die. I found out when I was 7 that everybody dies. My grandfather told me. He said, everybody dies! I wasn't even talking to him. I was just trying to blow out the candles. Now, I was 7 years old when I found out that everybody dies. And I was excited Not because everybody dies, but because I knew it. I was excited because I knew I was young to know that everybody dies. I knew that most of my friends didn't know, and I thought, I want to tell them. I want to be the one that tells everybody. I especially wanted to tell Benji, this kid across the street from me. There's this kid, Benji. He wasn't my friend. I was 7 and he was 6, but if I ever came out in my front yard, he would come out and I'd be like, oh, here he comes. Just hated him. Hated him. First person I ever hated. Like visceral hate. To me, he was a piece of shit cocksucker asshole. That's what he was to me. And I didn't even know any of those words. I just had that like as a raw feeling with no way to say it. I was too young for the feeling that I had. And then I heard somebody say piece of shit cocksucker asshole. I was like, Dad, yes, thank you. That's yes. That's how, yes. Anyway, one day I was in my front yard and piece of shit Benji comes across. And he says, I got a new bike, or something like that. And I was like, you're gonna die someday. And he was like, what? No, I'm not. I said, yes, you are. Everybody dies. You're gonna die, and your mom's gonna die, and your daddy's gonna die. In that order. He was really upset, and he starts running. It's still funny to me. It still makes me laugh 40 years later. I can still see it so clearly, and it still makes me laugh. Run, Benji! You can't run from this shit, bitch! It's gonna get ya! I wonder if he's dead. Anyway. So, he came back with his mom. His mom's so angry. And then I was scared. And his mom came over. What did you say to him? And I said, I told him that everybody dies. And she goes, well, that's not necessarily true. I was like, what? She says, well, some people die, but not everybody does. And I was so full of questions. I was like, what about Abraham Lincoln and George Washington? They're dead. Well, she said, yeah, that's because something happened to them. George Washington didn't take care of himself, and Lincoln got shot. But there's a lot of people alive from those days. And I was like, really? What about, like, Bible people? And she's like, yeah, we have to go. And then she left. Because I think she realized this is only going to get worse. She's not on a good side of this argument. And then I went to my mom. I told the whole thing. She was like, don't worry, that lady's a fucking idiot. Don't listen to her. My mom said, don't worry, baby. You're definitely going to die. People from the Bible. I wonder if people in the Bible knew they were going to be in the Bible. Like, guys, this is totally going to be in the Bible. This is you guys are going to get in the Bible, everybody. I'm going to get my roots done so I look good for the Bible. Yeah, my dog died recently. I had to tell the kids that the dog is dead. That's a tough thing, telling your kids that the dog died. You got to tell them at some point. You can't just keep going. What? No, where you go? Well, there he goes. I don't know. He's that little scamp. Go get him. Told my kids the dog died, and we dealt with it. And I was proud of them how they expressed their feelings about it. They cried. I was proud of them how they dealt with their feelings and what they said about it and how they processed it. And I realized this was a positive thing. That's how you start thinking as a parent. A lot of things you don't think of would be positive really are because a dog dying is an opportunity to deal with death with your kids. It's like a dry run for grandma. It is. It is. Dog dies, you talk about it, you deal with it. Later on you go, so you know all that stuff we talked about the dog? Yes, so grandma now. All the same stuff. That's right. All right, go brush your teeth. I had a dog when I was a kid, and he hated me. And it really hurt. It's a true story. My dog hated me. And I wanted a dog so bad. I was like 10 years old. I used to beg my mother for a dog. And she just would say, like, you had one when you were a baby and it died. It's fine. But finally she said, you can have a dog if you keep your room clean for a month. And I was so excited because I was like, I'm getting a dog. I told all my friends, I'm going to get a dog. All I have to do is keep my room clean for a month. I lasted about a week and it just went to shit. I couldn't do it. And I tried like 3-4 days. I couldn't do it. And I got so depressed. I was like, I'm 10 and I already know my life is going to be shit because I can't do anything. And finally my mom was like, well, get the dog. You're bumming everybody out. So she got us a dog. And the dog looked at me, and he hated me on sight. And I worked hard to take care of this dog. I was kind to him, and he still hated me, which hurt. That's why it hurt. Because he must have just hated, like, who I am inside. You could tell how he felt, because he was very expressive. He was a terrier, you know, so he had eyebrows. Like, I'd walk in the room, and he'd go like, oh, fuck, I can't. And he would just leave. I would take him for a walk and I had to use a leash, and I didn't want to use a leash. I want to be one of those cool guys with a dog that just comes along. You know, those guys always got like a suede jacket with patches in it and like scratchy hair, and he's like, hey, and gets in his old pickup and he's like, come on, dog. He goes like, you know those guys that can whistle, that cool whistle? Whatever. Woo! And the dog jumps in the back and they both get laid somewhere because they're both so cool. That's what I wanted. But my dog would go for a walk and the leash was like taut like this. It wasn't even like, yeah, we're friends. It was like, how far from this kid can I get my face? He would be choking himself the whole thing. And if I ever like slipped and dropped the leash, he was like, I'm not your dog. He would just run. He would run like a slave. He would just take off. That's how he ran. It's an apt description. That's how he ran. He didn't run like a deer. This is how deer ran. He ran like this. He ran away so many times, and then we got a call from the pound. Hi, we have your dog. And you could hear my dog in the background like, don't... Seriously? I told you I don't want to... I've never been a big animal person. Some animals I hate. Bats. I think bats are just disgusting. I hate bats. It's a rat with leather wings. You ever seen one and they like look around? It's like somebody, you know, they have a face. It's disgusting. Hate bats. And I'm sure there's a whole thing of, oh, did you know the bats make all the French toast in the world or whatever? I don't care. Hate them. I had a bad bat experience. This summer, we rented a house this summer. I got a house for me and the kids. My ex-wife and I, we share custody of the kids. And so the summer, 1 month they go with her, 1 month with me. So I got a nice house in the country. And it was beautiful. The kids loved it. But the kids go to sleep at, 8 o'clock at night. So I'm just laying awake, terrified. Terrified. I'm so scared in the country because it's just quiet and it's just mystery and trees and darkness. I live in New York City. I feel perfectly safe there. I'm surrounded by murderers and child molesters and Jews. All right. I mean, there are. There's a bunch of those. But so one night I'm in the country house and I'm just laying awake, just begging for the fucking sun to come up so I can sleep through my days with the kids. And I'm laying awake, and my bedroom's above the kitchen, and I hear this. I swear to God, I heard this sound. I heard, "What are you singing?" I heard that, like clear as a bell. And immediately my heart is pounding. I'm like, I'm going to have a heart attack right now. Because there is a witch in the kitchen. First of all, there are witches. I have no doubt in that moment. There's witches. That's how easy it was to flip me over. There are witches. And there's one in the kitchen. And I gotta go down there. I gotta I can't just, they like kids. She'll get the kids. So I go downstairs, I'm terrified. And I'm standing outside the kitchen door like this for like an hour. Too scared to go in until a little bit of logic seeped in and told me even if there is a witch in there, she wouldn't just make a noise and then just stand there for like an hour. So I go in, there's nobody in the kitchen. And then I hear the noise again, and it was the dishwasher. The dishwasher has weird tubes, and when the soap goes through them, it's kind of vocal. I don't know why. But it goes, it was the weirdest thing to watch my dishwasher do it. I was like, all right, it's cool, I'm fine, there's no witches. I'm about to go upstairs, and a bat, a fucking asshole bat, picked that, and he's like, and he just flew right by my head like this, and I went, ah! I just fell on the floor. And I crawl into the closet, I close the door, and I call 911 right away. I don't know if you ever call 911 and you don't realize till they answer how you shouldn't be calling 911. 911, tell us your emergency. Hi, I'm sorry, I'm very sorry to be bothering you. This doesn't qualify. The lady's like, sir, what's the problem? I said, there's a bat in my house, and I don't like it. She was nice to me, because it's country 911. If you call 911 in New York City, there's a bat in my house, they'll be like, sir, we'll send a car right over to shoot you in the face. But she was nice. She's like, sir, we understand. You're divorced, you're overcompensating with a country house. You're in over your head. She said, call this guy. She gave me a number. She said, call this guy. He's a guy who takes care of bats. He's a man whose bats are his focus. Felt like she was doing a lot of work to not say Batman. Like she was kind of going around. He's a male human who bats are his... I'm not going to say Batman. I don't want to say it. So I call the Batman. And he comes over, and I'm in the closet looking through the crack. And the bat is on the ceiling, hanging upside down. He's just looking around. It's the most disgusting thing. And so finally there's a knock at my door, and I crawl to the door, and I open it, and he's like, hello. And he says, where's the bat? And I'm like, So the guy walks over, and he just takes the bat. That's it. He just took it. He's like, all right. Like, yeah, you pretty much nailed it. That's amazing. It's like I called somebody and said, help, there's a box of tissues on my table. Oh, thank goodness. What a relief to have a man in the house. Would you like some sweet tea? Wasn't expecting company. Oh, my robe fell open. He saw my breasts. Ooh, what do we do now, Mr. Batman? You know, I'm kind of grateful to that bat now. Now that you're going to fuck me. You're not? Well, all right, you can go then. I can't get out of it. I'm sorry. All right. I just like to keep doing that till the laughter stops. I'm just like, fuck, this is getting upsetting. What if I just did that for like 40 minutes? Well, if you weren't gonna help me, then why did you come over? I'm alone here.